Hello, my name is Diane Boucher. I am the Client Relationship Liaison for Tarloff Financial Group. Today we're going to be discussing the 10 most common questions asked by prospective clients and new clients. So let's start with our Ask Rob. Are you a fiduciary?
Yeah, I am a fiduciary. And probably what's important to know is the difference between somebody that's a fiduciary and somebody that's not. For nearly 100 years, the definition or the standard that was used in terms of making investment recommendations was one of suitability. Was the investment recommendation suitable for the client's circumstances? It didn't have to be the best solution. It just had to be a suitable solution. On the other hand, being a fiduciary, you have the legal responsibility to make sure that your recommendations are the best recommendations based on your knowledge of the client situation and the research you've done into possible solutions. And you need to be able to defend that and document that so that if there's ever a challenge, you need to prove that your recommendation was the best one for the client.
How do you get paid?
Well, I guess I would, in the broader sense, because we do insurance products, I would have to say I'm a fee-based financial planner, because on the insurance side, we're often dealing with products that only pay a commission. One example would be Medicare products. Because we deal with a lot of seniors, we have a lot of clients that we're providing advice and solutions for their Medicare problems. And those products pay a commission. It's the same product whether you go direct with the company or whether you work through a broker. And I just would never charge a fee for doing that business when I'm going to get a commission on the other side. On the other hand, on the investment side, we're fee only. Basically, we're either charging a fee for doing the financial plan, or we're doing a fee for assets under management. Typical client may pay about 1% for $1 million under management, and any client that has over $1 million, we're providing the financial planning services without additional cost. On the smaller clients, they're a combination of managing the assets and the financial planning fee. And some clients, we do only the financial plan for those clients. There's a small number of clients where we may charge hourly. Typically, that may be an attorney or an accountant that comes to us and they're doing research or they need expert testimony for a case they're working on, and we may charge for an hour or 2 hours of work. But as I said, that's a rarity.
What is your investment philosophy?
We believe that, for the most part, our clients have long-term goals, and the client's investment plan is for the long term. And we recognize and we educate the client to realize that there are going to be times, in order to get the returns necessary to beat the rate of inflation, you need to take short-term risk with your money, meaning that there are going to be times your investments are down, like in 2022. What's important about those periods of time is that the clients maintain a long-term focus. They don't bail out at the bottom of the market, because that's the sure way to lock in your losses and you can't recover from them. But also, when things are at the top of the market, clients tend to get greedy and want to get into the market. And so again, even at the top of the market, we need to remind them that this is primarily for your long-term goals and your objectives. And for your short-term goals and objectives, we have that money invested differently so it doesn't have the short-term risk.
How do you determine how I should invest?
The way you should be invested is based on your financial plan. Our belief is you really can't have an investment plan without having a financial plan, because that investment plan is going to be structured around that plan. Your long-term goals need to be invested very differently than the money needed for your short-term goals. So what we do is the financial plan first, and then we work with the client to develop a plan and pick investments and institutional managers that will best address those portions of the financial plan.
What services do you provide?
Well, I think to start, the basic services, and I used to call them traditional services, and then found out that a lot of firms weren't offering those services. But when it comes to financial planning, we look at the financial plan very broadly. It's not just the investment planning. We need to be concerned with the client's insurance needs, protecting what they already have, whether it be life insurance, disability, long-term care, liability insurance. We also look at the tax planning. To look at investment planning without addressing the tax planning is not going to be the right thing for most clients. And many clients have estate planning needs. How do we transfer these assets most efficiently to the next generation? Now, in addition to that, I think there's some things that we do differently that clients will not get from other financial firms. For every client, we do an asset map. Basically, what we do is we put on a single piece of paper all of their assets, their income sources, their insurance, and they can look at a single piece of paper and see where all their assets are. And they can also compare it to the last one we did for them to see what has changed, what's gone up, what's gone down, what new's been added, what's been taken away. And it's also a great tool for people that may need to step in and help you with your financial affairs, whether it's because you have a short or long-term disability, maybe it's mental incapacity, death. That way somebody can pick up a piece of paper that you have in your file that will tell them all of the assets that they need to address. Coupled with that, we use a document management system, both a virtual and a hard copy, where using that asset map, they can very quickly switch over to the document management system and find where all those things on the asset map are. Another service that clients find valuable is a service called Careful. This is a service that's a combination of identity theft protection, where it provides $1 million benefit against identity theft, and it also does financial monitoring. It recognizes if there's some abnormal financial behavior or activity happening, and it alerts you to that activity. And you can also include other people in terms of those alerts. It may be your kids, so that especially as we get older, if we want a second set of eyes looking at this, the kids will get those types of alerts also. So basically, we look at all different ways that we can provide value-added services to our clients that will help them with their overall financial plan.
How will you communicate with me?
First of all, we do quarterly meetings with many of our clients. The more assets a client have, the more we need to meet with them. It's just more complicated situations. So we try to meet with those clients quarterly. I like to do at least one in-person meeting a year. The other ones we tend to do by Zoom or by phone. Other clients we're meeting with 2 or 3 times a year, but we want to meet with every client at least once a year, and I would prefer that to be in person if it's geographically possible to do that. We also send out regular communications. We send out a weekly email called The Week Ahead. We send out a monthly one called What Happened Last Month. And then we're sending out age-specific or age grouping-specific emails to give you additional information that you can use. We're always available if you call and have questions or problems that you need, and we may call out in between those meetings if we see something happening in the markets or the economy that has an impact on your investments. We'll reach out to you separately.
How will you evaluate my investment performance?
Most clients and most institutional managers like to compare themselves against an index. And the problem with indexes is most people are not invested in the index. The S&P index seems to be the most common index that people are want to compare their investment performance to. But unless you're 100% in stocks, it's not a relevant index for you. And what we try to do is to measure your performance against your financial plan. Is the investment performance delivering the results we need so that you can accomplish your goals and objectives? If it's not, is it because, such as 2022, the market in general is just down? Financial plans that we started in 2021 were out of the gate behind their objectives simply because we had a bad year in the first year. So basically, we look at when we compare to see that, and sometimes it's that the manager that we've chosen, the institutional manager, maybe isn't doing the job that we had hoped, and we look to change the manager in that case.
Are you primarily a financial planner or an investment advisor?
I would say I'm a financial planner first. As I said earlier, I don't believe that you can create a good investment plan for a client until you have a financial plan. And so we like to, even if it's a simple plan, we like to do a financial plan first. There's certainly circumstances like people putting into their 401k, especially young people. We don't need a financial plan to determine where they should be putting in during those years. But for most people, we either want to create one, or if they come to us with one that I say meets our standards, in that sometimes people come to us with a financial plan that really wasn't a financial plan. It was really something that looked like a financial plan, but maybe it was meant to prove to them that they need to buy annuities. But when I look at that plan, it really doesn't give a roadmap that we can follow. It doesn't give probabilities of success of the plan. And so in those cases, we need to do the plan first. We then choose institutional managers to manage the day-to-day money. So we, so to speak, we manage the managers, and we make sure that the managers are doing over time what's needed to obtain the goals and objectives of your financial plan.
What's your backup plan?
That's a great question, and many people don't ask that question. But certainly, you can tell looking at me, I have more years behind me than I have ahead of me. And I always tell people I'm on the rolling 10-year plan, that every year that goes by, I have 10 more years. I love what I do. I'm able to do it at times that I want to do it, where I want it. I love working with people. And so as long as I'm physically and mentally able to do this, I'm going to do it forever, so to speak. But I know each year that goes by, the likelihood of 10 more years is a little less. And certainly God can get in the way in between and not give me those years. And so I have other people in the firm. I have a succession plan, somebody that's younger than me that would step in if something happened to me. We're actively looking for somebody much younger than him so that that person will be part of the firm. And it's important to us, or important to me especially, that the people that are in the succession plan are a lot like me, because clients are working with me because of my philosophy, my personality, and we want to make sure that there's continuity there. We also have a backup plan to our backup plan. Should something happen to all of us, or should even all of us be out of the office when you need some help, we have another firm that we've worked closely with for many years. Some of those people were part of our firm. They have this very similar philosophy, and we would basically have them as the backup to our backup plan. So succession planning is extremely important to us, because our clients have put us where we are today, and we want to make sure that we're going to help them right through their lifetimes and even their children's lifetimes.